Welcome back. We're here in Haros, checking to see if anybody is in need of our help. And we've quickly run into a skit.
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes, and yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Haros.
I know that, but our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shionne?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
She needs to open up a bit more. It'll be difficult, but she needs to. Okay. Hey, what the hell happened to him? He's no longer with us. He always looked like he was struggling with his health, but still. He was so close to finally living like a normal human being, too.
No way!
Damn. Does he have any living relatives? Just his mum. I think she lives in that area over there.
All right.
Got it. I'll break the news to her. You don't, not got it, mate. Like, got it. I'll sort it out. Don't you worry. No. Just doesn't sound appropriate.
Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
Yay! That was fun. Okay, let's head on over. I imagine this will go the way of like, but I don't have a son.
I think Hoodle senses something.
I wonder if something happened.
I'm on the scout now. Hoot 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 hoot. Hoot hoot. It's not that big of an area. Hoot. Hoot.
Hoo hoo hoo.
Ho-ho! Sad glasses.
Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo.
Hoo-hoo.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Yeah, there has been for a while, and it'd be nice to go back there, game.
Sorry.
Excuse me, Mom. I have some bad news. It's your son. He's...
Yes.
It's okay, I know. You do? What are you doing? I have work that must be done today since my son can no longer work. It's like this here too, huh?
All right.
Forget about your work. Oh, better yet, think of tending to your son as your task for today. Very well, I'll get to work. Oh.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but...
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There are Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Although thinking about it, I should actually sort my group. Because I want to change things up. It's like, okay. I'll play as you, Rinwell. Let's actually bring Alphen in. Yeah. But also over to Rinwell as well. We got any new outfits because of all that? It's like nothing special. Like that's the only one that seems like it could be good, but it's like I'd want the blue as well. But it's like I want the gold element want the gold elements there, like on the pointy bits. They look a bit like daggers. I want those, but on this one, so it's sort of like a golden blue. It's like, not really got that, have we? It would be nice, but no. And speaking of golden blue, there we go. Right, so where are we going? Where? Out we go, over there, okay.
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Dear, oh dear. Open that first. Gold chunk. Oh.
Yes.
Then I'll get started. Bring me some fire.
What?
You intend to burn your child? That's right. That's how you do it. Don't understand. Wouldn't a more formal funeral procession be more appropriate? I'm sorry, have I done something wrong? Tell me, do you have no custom where relatives of the deceased may say their final farewells? Oh, really? How could we have on Dahna? Up until recently, our people were too busy turning away to think of burial rites. Among Renans, it's customary for relatives to send the remains out into the heavens. Why not introduce such a practice to Dahna? We believe that in doing so, the deceased spirit shall join the flow of astral energy that travels the cosmos. We can never do something like that. It's the last chance for your bereaved to see their loved ones. Surely something should be done to honor their memory. But death is a part of everyday living for us Dahnans. Really think we're going to ship bodies into space somehow every single day? I simply felt that something more ought to be done. When the Rena still ruled over us, we didn't even know if it was safe to build grave sites. As bodies decompose, they can spread diseases. We didn't have any other choice in how we could bury our people. And well, don't think for a second I've forgiven everything that the Renans did to us. Tell me, Alphen, do you know why none of us have last names like them? Let me tell you why. Because we outnumbered them, and they denied us our culture to stop us from uniting against them. Enough. Your people steal so much from us, as it is, and on top of that, you have the goal to try and make us live like you too. If you hate it here so much, why don't you just turn them all hollow? That's enough. No more. Lendigus could strike at any time, and here we are fighting amongst ourselves. We're all well aware of the suffering and hatred we each harbor. But if we're going to coexist, we have to recognize each other's differences. That's why we all work together to achieve. To bring an end to this whole system, and begin to live together side by side. That's what I believe, and that's why I'm here. If any of you think differently, then be my guest and leave. I'll break down every last barrier, even if I have to do it alone, or with some guy called Lloyd Burnings, we'll see. Indeed. I sincerely apologize. I consider you a true friend, but it would appear that I have yet to reckon with other people's dark history in earnest.
I'm afraid not.
Rinwell, I completely accept the blame in all of this. Words cannot express how very sorry I am for clearly offending you so deeply.
I'm sorry.
Lashing out at you as hard as I did, Dohalim. I guess I'm still working through a lot of emotions. I know you were only thinking about what was best for her son, too.
Rinwell.
I'd like you to teach me about the culture and history of this planet. Perhaps that will help us begin to bridge the gap.
Huh?
Sure, I don't mind. Could you maybe teach me about Rena too, then, please? You two are more alike than you realize sometimes. I'm glad we were able to patch things up. We've lost enough good people along the way as it is. Sorry for the distraction. Let's lay your son to rest. We'll do it the Dahnan way.
Good.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for granting me that task. Don't mention it. It's the least we could do for you as his mum. Well, because of all of you, my son is at peace now. Oh.
Right.
Rest assured, we intend to build a future for this world that would make him proud. did hit her a bit there.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However you managed it. You knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dohalim, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
Like a bunny!
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, La.
You're welcome?
Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, let's see where we head next. Ah, got a big old monster there, so I can get more CP stuffs. We're here, it's like it said there's a star, but then there's not a star once I'm in the area. Maybe it's just return back. What is that area there, though? Let's go find out.
We've reached our destination.
What did it say on the thing anyway? Rest at the inn. Oh, that's gonna be the inn, isn't it? Yeah. There you go.
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help, and fast. Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganath Haros.
Agreed. We'll start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now, we should spend the day resting up while we can.
Yeah, I want to go back to the Owl Forest soon. Thanks for all your hard work. You're free to rest here if you like.
What?
Huh. The hell's going on now?
What's that noise?
Alphen, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
The bloody hell is that? It's drawing all the energy. Well, things have certainly changed.
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dahna.
Not just into Dahna, but her own resistance, too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dahna is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif, too. You saw her, right, Shionne? Shionne?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pillaging.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renan top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganath Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dahna, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
Very much thinking like, it's only the Dahnans that could see the woman in red. Interesting. Skit!
I bet the whole of Dahna's losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pillaging seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave, that's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dahna's astral energy as we speak. Come on, we don't have much time.
When that thing dropped out of Lenegis Sound. My oh my. I thought the mountains were collapsing. Thank you for your information. You're trying to find a way out to the other realms. Can't say I've ever heard about anything. If we knew about anything like that, we wouldn't have had to hunker down in this slum. Let's build a boat. Easy enough, right? You're trying to get to the other realms. About a sturdy boat, there isn't much you can... Wait, I take that back. Remember one of the elders who recently started talking, a little. It mentioned something. Apparently back in the day, there used to be a way to get through the Forland Mountains. But not anymore. What could it have been? There we go.
Where are these Forland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
Indeed. Alright, so... yeah, up there. Let's go from this direction.
We've reached our destination.
You guys want to rest here?
Nope.
I'm not afraid.
Of breaking your legs. I'd be afraid of breaking my legs, to be honest. Quite dangerous. Can I do some jumping here to save my time? Quick before they follow me. They're not following me, but, you know, they could have. Okay, what's the easiest way to get there? Gotta swim, really. How way?
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
They're about to get messy.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic. Honor won't save you.
The Vectron!
Inferno!
Damn it!
Holy Lance!
An astral arch?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
I can't dodge that by going in there.
Alphen! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done. Blah, blah, blah. Here I go. In here. Watch and how about this? Close one. Garp, you get the gist. Shooting star. Blah, blah, blah. Not on my watch. Glacial spear. You get the gist. Freeze Lancer. Blah, blah, blah.
Their arts were interrupted.
Blah, blah, blah.
Anything in armor is all mine. I can carve through armor.
Whoa. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
They're done?
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
Maybe it's that drawbridge? Yeah, what is going on there?
I don't know when it happened, but we sure are hauling a lot of stuff these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out. Like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
No way. Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor is what's weighing us down.
But that armor's also still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should lighten our load.
Simpletons such as yourself who can't appreciate the true worth of such things is how precious art vanishes from history.
Pretty art's not gonna save you in a fight, man.
Stop it, you guys! This is no time to...
All I really meant to say is, you can tell how much we've been through by everything we're carrying around. Honestly, that's all.
Oh.
My deepest apologies. It appears that I may have rather overreacted.
Yeah, I guess it's only natural we'd have so many souvenirs by now. I might have been out of line too.
I guess all this stuff really is a sign of how far we've come together.
Yeah, every little piece is its own treasure filled with memories.
How lovely.
Is every shield you own that big?
Here, you want to try holding it?
Ugh. How do you even walk with this thing?
Dahnan swordsmanship.
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Dahnan master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Dahnan master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Dahnan techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then.
I'm just thinking, like, the amount of culture the Dahnans have lost. Alphen may be able to bring part of that back, because he's on the time before the invasion, so...
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Volron's worshippers.
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pillaging?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Volron, you mean?
Even though we already defeated him? But yes, I suppose you're right. For these guys, that would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Either that, or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty. It's no less than total subjugation.
Careful in here and try to avoid a few things. Watch out. These big gorillas.
You've noticed it, haven't you?
Notice what?
I'm referring to Shionne.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shionne in some way?
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renans had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shionne exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shionne or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
Yeah, the lack of answer there. Just worried about being chased at the moment. Awakening Pebble.
It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Volron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Seems like it.
Yep. Thought we would have been fine, but no.
Eat dirt!
Get back! Magic is
Take it!
in here!
Rising Wyvern!
Look,
Stardust! Rising
Shoot it!
Fire!
Go! Blah, blah, blah. Freeze Lancer! This one's mine! You get the gist. Freeze Lancer! Inferno like that!
I'll take you all on!
I think I'm very much approaching another point where I go off and do loads of stuff, but I want to
I'll heal you all!
get the fast travel unlocked and stuff before I do that, you know.
Prepare to be
And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by hope. Less talking, more doing.
There we go.
Wow, look what I just found.
Amazing. Yeah, there we go. Around the corner.
How much do they have to steal from us to be satisfied?
What's that thing's purpose anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegis?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renis Alma, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
No, Halim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
Why's that?
The people on Lenegis may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
At this stage, I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cyslodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
Indubitably.
So Shionne's thorns are dark astral energy.
Rinwell, are you worried about Shionne?
Of course I am. But I don't know how to talk to her about it.
You and me both.
Alright, let's view the skit.
Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegis along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dahna they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different elements of astral energy.
So even though they're using the wedge to siphon off energy from Dahna, they're shooting it back down to Dahna as well? Why?
I don't know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of some new threat we'll have to deal with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
The red woman. Shionne and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before pillaging.
Are you saying they're lying to us?
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the two of them have in common is that they're both Renans.
Okay, you two. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Yeah, of course.
Indeed. But we'll see about that in the next part. Ta-ta for now.